Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Would You Rather? It's that time of the week again. The 5th of September, but it doesn't matter, we're playing this again. So, would you rather always be sweating or always appear shivering cold? To be honest, that is me as it is. I am not always, I'm nearly always sweating. Yeah. Would you rather be knocked out by Mike Tyson or be knocked out by Muhammad Ali? Now, I've never had the pleasure to watch either of the two gentlemen because I'm not really into boxing. Last time when the Conor McGregor versus Mayweather match was up, I haven't actually watched it, but I was hoping McGregor would win because I think he's awesome. I also watched the Anthony Joshua versus Klitschko game duel, which I really enjoyed. That was actually the first time I've actually watched boxing, and I was like, wow. I mean, it wasn't the first time. I've seen some other games from Klitschko, but I was like, this is boring as all fuck. Like, that's not gonna lie, this is shit. So, I watched it because I like Anthony Joshua as a man and as an athlete. So I was just watching his game, or his duel, and, that was an amazing fight. And I watched Conor McGregor versus Mayweather as well. My hair is so long, it's ridiculous. I think Mike Tyson was a bit more aggressive. Muhammad Ali, they're all, but I'm gonna go by Muhammad Ali because it would be more of an honor to get knocked out by that man, I suppose. Rest in peace, my mate. Would you rather get chopped up by a wood chipper or get run over by a steamroller? And it says right there, very small underneath, you can't see it, but it says both would be fatal. Well, you don't say. So, I'm gonna go get run over by the steamroller. Both are gonna be bad. There's no denying that, but getting chopped up, it depends how fast it goes. Like chop, chop, chop. It goes like, oh, there goes my feet. Oh, there goes my shin. Oh, that's right underneath the knee. Oh, that's right above the knee. Oh, well, getting really close to my penis now. And then I will be dead in like 10 seconds. No, thank you. Just make sure that I go at it instantly. Like get my head first on the steamroller. I'm like, well, fuck it. Would you rather be near death or hear everything 2 minutes later? Definitely near death. Alright, there's still options there. Maybe I can still fix it at some point. Maybe I can do something to make it better. Or maybe, if I really go deaf, then people can always, use sign language and say like, hey, you are ugly. I mean, this is dead, but I couldn't think of anything else to do right there. Hearing everything 2 minutes later, that would suck. I'd be like, Patrick, your grandfather passed today. And I'll be like, oh, what? How did that happen? Would you rather be in the army or be in the Marine Corps? What is the difference? I mean, the Marines is the army, right? Like, the Marines sounds cool, I suppose, so. Would you rather be a piece of toast for a day without moving or be a toaster and get used frequently? I mean, I get used frequently by a lot of people in my life anyway. I'll be a fucking toaster. Just imagine, I'll be like, yeah. Put the bread in, you fuckers. And it goes in, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna burn you alive. If he forgets about you, you're dead. And the bread is like, no. And then when the timer goes off and I don't forget about it, it's pooh, I spit them back out, and I'm like, sort it. Also, I've played a game about being a slice of bread, if you remember, on this channel a long time ago. It's not something I would want to relive. Would you rather win the World Series or win the Super Bowl? I mean, I don't know what the World Series is. I do know what the Super Bowl is, but I don't really care. Can I just get paid anyway? I mean, if I have to choose, I fucking choose the Super Bowl, I guess. I thought we were going to team, though. And they'll be like, dude, who the fuck are you? We've never seen you before. And I'm like, yeah, well, I don't know what I'm doing here either. Would you rather know exactly what happened in Area 51 or accept $1 million? Aliens? I don't know what you're talking about. Would you rather have to live Adolf Hitler's life or have to live Joseph Stalin's life? Definitely Stalin's life. I mean, honestly, Hitler, it started off pretty well. It was like a really, over-ambitious politician who went to power and went absolutely batshit fucking crazy. Even though there are some really interesting, conspiracy theories around that. Some said that Hitler is actually still alive to this day. Isn't anymore, but was alive and went to Argentina and only died like somewhere in the 80s. Another one is that Hitler actually died right in the middle of the war. Because obviously, I can say whether you like him or not. If you do like him, there are some issues with your brain that should be sorted right now. Talking at you, Charlottesville. But, the man was a tactical genius. He was. I mean, he used it for all the wrong reasons, but he was a tactical genius. Now, he made some amazing strikes. He won some amazing battles. He did good as a strategist. He was great at that shit. So he won. He almost took over the entirety of Europe within 1.5 years, which is mad. He took over France in like 20 days, Netherlands in 5 days. You know, he was great at this tactical awareness in the battlefield. And then all of a sudden, somewhere around 1942, 1943. He started to make all the wrong decisions when it came to like invading Russia or the Soviet Union at the time, and he made some very weird decisions in the battlefield in battles to come when it came to the defenses as well. There's actually been a book about this that I've heard about that actually describes that. Obviously, it's not proven, so it is fiction, but there's definitely a way of thinking behind it that you could make you think like, what if? Which says that Hitler was assassinated. In like a plane ride or something in the middle of in the war, and he had like people that looked exactly like him, lookalikes. So they told everyone to cover up all of the. They told like an army or a small part of the army to cover up all of the evidence right there, because it would bring the war to an end, and it will stop them from progressing. And after the army shot. And after the army dealt with all of the evidence, they shot the people who dealt with the evidence, and then it never came to came to glance again. And one of the lookalikes started to play Hitler, and therefore they lost the war. That's what they said. But back to the topic, I would definitely want to be Joseph Stalin, because Hitler, if the conspiracy theories aren't true, and he just died right there and then, he lived an awful life. I mean, especially in the end, and the man was batshit crazy. Now, Stalin wasn't a great guy either. In fact, he wasn't at all. However, at first he was with the Nazis. So, at first he was a mean guy, and he was like, yeah, well, I'm the boss of this shit. And then afterwards, the Nazis turned against him, and he still fucking won. I mean, that's impressive. Would you rather eat Lay's potato chips or eat Pringles? Definitely fucking Lay's. You know, I don't know, Lay's isn't good for you, I'm aware of that, but Pringles just taste fake. You get this little this thing, you open it up, and instantly the smell, the flavor as well, it's just so fake. I don't like it. It's so factory-ish. Lay's, I know that it's made in a factory too, and it's not that different from Pringles, but Lay's is so much better. There are few brands who can actually compete with Lay's, which is a shame, because Lay's is, A, pretty expensive, and B, it's a lot of air. But their chips are amazing, so definitely gonna go for that. Would you rather die by a firing squad or by being hanged? Now, firing squad is scary, really scary. Like it is instant, probably, but you stand there and there's just a bunch of fucking gun barrels just pointing at you right there, rifles, and they're like, oh god. With hanging, obviously, with all cases of death, especially when you're on death row, you know that it's about to happen. But like hanging is such a old school way to, if they can, at least nearly guarantee me that it's going to be like a one hit only, then I would think I would like to be hung. I don't know why I'm even thinking about this, but it's like such a pirate way to go, you could say. Obviously, when I do get to choose, I will probably still say firing squad. If I sound cool by saying this right now, I will take that opportunity, and you will not be able to say anything against it. And that's going to be it for this episode of Would You Rather. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time. Bye-bye.